Alright, here we are on our 94 Bronco with just 85,000 original miles. Got all the lights going, got the left turn signal go, but look how clear and crisp those lights are. I mean, there's no fading, no oxidation. Got the rear turn signal going. Had it running for about 15 minutes here, so the temperature's starting to come up a little bit. You see the miles. Switch over the turn signal. I mean, look how clear and crisp and bright those are. But you look all along here, I mean, all of the plastics, the lighting around here, the silver is just in beautiful shape. One thing I did forget to mention, I mean, you look how beautiful this bumper is. I mean, it is, the depth on the chrome is just unreal. But it is a little bit, kind of like a little bit scratched or faded right here. So I forgot to mention that, so make note of it. You can see it's running nice and clear, but another thing to look at is look at the factory exhaust. I mean, the silver is still really nice, you know. It's of course got that old look on most of it, but to see some of that, you know, aluminized look is really cool. So all right, you know, temperature gauge will go up as we get cranking. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the rear window, and I'll show you those scratches I was telling you about. Very faint. You'll see a couple of scratches right in here. Can't feel them, so they do make, you know, glass wax. You could buff that out and get it going, and that's the culprit right there, is this little area. All right. We also do a cold starting video too for some of you guys that's important, you know. Some of you kind of believe it. Some vehicles operate differently. Ice cold AC. You can hear the blower motors really nice and smooth. You can see the temps coming up. Overdrive off. I usually turn that off going 45 miles an hour under. Look at the stereo going here. So it sounds just as good as it did new. You know, it sounds really nice and crisp. You know, you saw the fly windows. Power windows go up and down really nice and fast. Of course, they go all the way to the bottom, but I don't want to bore you to death. Rear defroster right there. You know, four-wheel drive system works good. You just pull down on it, the light comes on. We'll go back into two-wheel since there's no snow out. You can see foot's off the gas pedal, we're not moving. So you know the e-brake works good. Windshield wipers, of course it's not raining, so they sound horrible. And they also got intermediate. Good horn. And again, if you guys don't see some photos that you would like to see, or you'd like a specific video, just let me know and I'll get those to you. Just go ahead and message me or call me. And I don't do any photos or in the rain, so hopefully if worst case scenario, we'll bring her inside. You can see all the gauges work real nice. It's got the factory tack. You know, all the lights come on and go off as they should, such as the brake and light, ABS, check engine, all that stuff. They all come on when you first fire it up. I mean, but the drive and ride of this thing is, you know, besides the cleanliness and all, for me, I love all the original decals underneath, the anodized bolts and the bronze and the aluminum, how they still got that bright look to them, and the decals. And I mean, you can read the part numbers on the drive line, the transfer case, the catalytic converter, the muffler, the body bushings, the trans mount. It's unreal. A lot of that stuff after 22 years, I mean, should be not readable. But the quietness, you know, I do a lot of these trucks and Broncos, and I'll have one that I think, you know, rides really nice, and then I get one of these low mile puffs, and it's like, man, you realize they just ride like a vault. So I'm gonna turn the overdrive on, since we're gonna do above 50 here. I'm gonna try to get out. We're just gonna give it medium throttle and get going out here. It's got the 5.8, 351, so this thing's got a lot of power. You can just see it shifts up nice. Really nice, consistent up and down shifts. It's just nice, tight steering. You know, the tires are quiet. I mean, it's like riding on glass. I mean, it is, you know, probably the tightest and smoothest and most honest Bronco I've ever had. I mean, it's, you know, the low miles, 85,174. It'll probably have a little over that once you take ownership of it. But to find those miles, especially on Eddie Bauer, it's like every year that goes on, it's more and more impossible. But I'll go ahead and get off the gas, and you'll see it de-accelerate really nice, like they should. You'll see the kind of truck work for itself. I'll floor it. Downshifts nice. You can see the front end raise up. I'm getting on the brakes now, and you can see it's not shaking. You can see that beautiful factory paint. There's a really nice reflection. So I'm gonna get off right here, come down to a hard brake, and then I'm gonna take you down a real crappy road. It's got a ton of patches, uneven spots, and you'll really be able to see how this thing soaks it up. And the heater works really nice. And you see the temp gauge is coming up right where she should be. But you can see the coming to a nice stop. No ball joint or tie rod issues. This just turns nice and smooth. There's no clunking or, you know, resistance. I'm gonna go turn the overdrive back off. And this is the road here. I mean, you can just see the cracks and potholes. And it just soaks the bumps up nice. There's a pretty good spot up here. There's a hole. You can hear it just is that nice thud sound, you know, no dash rattling. A lot of times these will rattle. The dash will rattle a little bit. The door panels will rattle. People take them off and don't put everything back. But there's just nothing that really rides like there's another spot. And it's just like that nice solid sound. I mean, rattle and sound wise, I mean, it drives like a, you know, late model SUV. And outside wise, it really has, I would say, the wear and tear that would be pretty equal to like a 2010, you know, something right around that era. Something that's like 5, 6, 7 years old. It doesn't have all the typical fading and rock chips and stuff like that. We got some tight little S curves here. So you can see it just turns nice and smooth. You can hear that 351's got some good rip to it. Turns really nice there. I mean, it's a fun truck to drive. It's just got that nice deep V8 throttle body sound. Again, just really nice and tight. We got one more here. You know, we're doing about 20 to 30 miles an hour through these, so all right, this is going to be going on no reserve, so good luck everybody. Just let me know if you have any questions.